What is going on, everybody? Brinks Entertainment here one more time. I just got right with you guys because I wanted to post another video. This video is going to be slightly different from any other video that I do, but I'm thinking about making a new series on the channel. This is the first video of that series, and the name of the series is called Let's Get This Straight. So what this is aimed at, what this is going for, is getting some information out to you guys that makes sense, and hopefully this helps somebody out. First and foremost, what we're going to be talking about today is going to be the different types of SD cards and the different storage capacities. What does it mean? What does these letters, what do these numbers mean? And hopefully we can get things straightened out and cleared up so that you have a better understanding on how to use your Android device. So without further ado, let's get on into it. All right, you guys. So the first SD card we have right here we're going to be talking about is SDSC. Now, I don't have the dates on when these first came out, but I do have generalized information. For those of you who just want to go a little bit deeper and know how to get, what's the best SD card, what can you do, and kind of a trick to the trade at the end of the video, and make sure you stay tuned to the end and you'll be able to hear that. But the first one is going to be SDSC. Now, basically, there's three classes. That is the first class. That class is going to be anywhere, if you have an SD card that's from 1 megabyte storage capacity all the way up to 2 gigabytes. Now, there was an SD, oh, excuse me, and I'm sneezing. Apologize for that. But they did make a 4 gigabyte one, and that 4 gigabyte SD card was an SDSC. They did it for a little bit of time, but as technology was going, things changed. So they basically, they stopped making that 4 gig one, and it's just an SDSC from 1 megabyte to 2 gigabytes. So don't worry about that 4 gig. You'll probably never see that 4 gig. It was so little of them made that they're probably all destroyed by now. But, so that's the first class, SDSC, from 1 megabyte all the way to 2 gigabytes. The second one is SDHC, which is what most of you guys use in your Android phone. If you have maybe a Go phone, or a Verizon prepaid phone, or a pay-as-you-go phone, whatever. If you have those mid-range devices, those devices are more than likely going to be reading all the way, when it says external memory, you can add SD card all the way to 32 gigabytes. That's because that's the type of SD card it is. So from 2 gigabytes all the way up to 32 gigabytes is SDHC. Now this last one, which is called an SDXC, that is basically 32 gigabytes all the way up to 2 terabytes. Now I know you probably never see a 2 terabyte SD card. If you do, I recommend you get it as quick as possible, because you'll never have to worry about space ever again with your phone. That'll be something that is just unheard of. It's ridiculous. But it's classified, so apparently they're going to make them sometime in the future. Now, really quick, SDSC stands for it's SD. The SC stands for storage capacity. The HC stands for high capacity, and the XC stands for extra high capacity. That's basically what it means. It's really simple. Now that 32 gig to the 2 terabyte, the way phones work, they don't specifically read up to a certain gigabyte, but what they do is they read a type of SD card. So in theory, I don't know how true this is, and if anybody has the answer to this, I have not tested it yet, but if anybody knows the answer, just let me know. If you have a phone that, let's say it's, like I have the Moto X Pure, which is basically what I'm recording this on now, and it goes, it says it can read up to 128 gigabyte SD card, which I do have in it. In theory, I should be able to get like a 200 or a 300 gig or 256 gig SD card, 1 terabyte SD card, and I should be able to put it in my phone, and it should work because it's a SDXC. It has that reader that reads that type of SD card. So in theory, it should work. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. Post it in the comments below. Let me know if I am wrong or if I'm correct, if anybody has done that. So moving right along. Now, going from the different types of SD cards, you have the different classes of SD cards. So as you see, those of you guys who actually look at your SD cards, and you'll notice there's a number on your SD card that has a circle around it. That number can be a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, or a 10. Now, that number is going to dictate it's called your speed class. Now, I'm sure you probably heard, yeah, you know, I got a class 10 SD card or a class 6 SD card or a class 4 SD card, whatever. All that has to do with it's kind of like your write speed. So, not necessarily write speed, but your speed class. So your speed class is going to be for video capturing. So it's not pictures, that's for video. This is what the class is designed for. So you have your speed class, which, it will upload, well, I guess once you take the picture, transfer speed, your write speed. The write speed on there is going to be 2 megabytes per second for a class 2. For a class 4, it's 4 megabytes per second. For a class 6, 6 megabytes, 8 megabytes, and obviously 10 megabytes for class 10. Now, you have something else which is called an ultra high speed class, which is categorized between either a number 1 or a number 3 with a U under it. Now, what that is that's your ultra high speed class, which is focused mainly on high resolution 1080p images or 4K images, or video. 1080p video or 4K video. And basically, the SC and the UH, I'm going crazy. Your speed class and your ultra high speed class designate the speed of the writing performance. Now, if any of you guys have DSLR cameras out there, you know that the faster your write speed, the better. You know, the longer it takes for your picture to get to your SD card, the more quality you lose from your picture, which is the same concept here. Now, for those of you who have a phone that can record in 4K video, it's best to have a ultra high speed class number 3. And it's going to be a little bit more money, but it's worth it if you're going to be using your phone to take high resolution images and 4K video. So it just makes a big difference transferring from your phone to your SD card, because that digital move is going to lose some of the quality in general. But why lose more than what you have to? You know, it's kind of like, it's pointless. You know, you might as well get it, and it will and you know, just you get the SD card, and you know, if you can save some pixels, save some pixels. But also with the UHS 1 is what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call it UHS class 1. The UHS class 1 is going to be downloading at 10 megabytes per second. Transferring at 10 megabytes per second, and the UHS 3 is at 30 megabytes per second. Now, the only thing about it is that the UHS class is only going to be on devices that actually work on only on UHS devices. So a device that is able to utilize that function, that card is only going to be able to work in that device. If you put a UHS card inside of a normal device that doesn't use UHS, then it just doesn't apply. It just automatically operates as whatever class that it's in. So, all right. So if it's and to do an example, if it's a class 10, but it's a UHS 3, if it's a UHS device, it'll be 30 megabytes per second. But if it's not a UHS device, it'll only be 10 megabytes per second, because it only follows the fact that it's a class 10. All right. So I hope that cleared up stuff from everybody. Basically, that tip that I was talking about at the end was, I kind of spilled the beans earlier, about the if it actually reads the fact that it's a SDXC, you might be able to get a higher SD card, more storage capacity, and maybe that'll work out for you. Maybe it won't. Let me know in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening, because there's no video. It's just basically my logo you're probably seeing right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Brinks Entertainment, and I will be doing some more of these. Let me know what you thought about it, and I shall see you guys in the next video. God bless, and I will see you soon.